Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I am so glad you're here. You guys, we have lots to talk about. I did a live chat last night where we went into is Megan shutting down American Riviera Orchard even before it starts? There's a news article I found. We found some really funny reactions to it, and I had an interesting thought during the live chat that I wanted to float past everybody. So I broke out this part because I thought you might enjoy it. Again, thank you if you made it to the live chat. Thank you if you watched it on the replay. And thank you for watching this. I really appreciate it. And we will continue on with Lady C's book. Don't worry, that is coming. And thanks for sticking with me. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Let's take a look. Okay, so I had more news I want to talk about with you guys. I thought we could have a laugh about this. So let me get this ready to go and we'll talk. Let me write down the timestamp. I want to. All right. So I'm probably going to break this out into a separate video. So allow me to record this part real quick. Here we go. It's so guys, I have another news story I would like to talk about with all of you. And I'm sure some of you have seen it. Some of you may not have, but I thought we could get some reactions and have some laughs at this. Take a look. So this comes out courtesy of Sky News Australia, and it's being reported that Meghan Markle is reportedly pausing the rollout of her new lifestyle brand, shall we say it together? American Riviera Orchard, because it's a nonsensical name. That's why we say it like that. To avoid looking, quote, opportunistic among King Charles and Princess Catherine's cancer battles. Okay. I have so many thoughts on this. Pausing a rollout. Okay, so this is interesting. So again, in my opinion, here's what's happening. She's trying to blame the royal family for her complete and utter failure, lack of research, lack of work ethic, whatever you want to call it, all the above. She's blaming the royal family again. She's playing victim again. Here's the other thing that occurred to me. Think about this. So when reading this, okay, Meghan Markle is reportedly pausing the rollout of her new lifestyle brand. Okay. When reading that, something hit me. You see what she's trying to do? She's trying to say she was forced to roll back the launch or slow it down or whatever it is. She's forced to, just like Catherine was forced to reveal her diagnosis. Boom, mic drop. That's what hit me today. I was like, oh my God, that's what she's doing. Am I alone? Does she stand alone on this? No. Do you guys see it too? Because that's my thought. She's playing victim. She's blaming everybody else. And she's trying to say she was forced because she has to make everything about herself. And if it digs at Catherine, Princess of Wales, well, then she feels like it's a win. We've seen it time and time again, over and over. So why would this be any different? So let's read some of your comments. And then I want to show you some of the funny comments that were left under this this post because people have a lot to say about this. Ready? Kat says she has nothing to sell. Exactly. Lulu's mom, she has no products. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Yep. Isoldel says she's blaming the royal family for her ARO failure. Ding, ding, ding. I knew that she'd blame something for the failure. I figured it'd be the ist words, but yeah, it sounds like she's blaming royal family. How dare they have health struggles when she's trying to launch this, even though, reminder, it's her fault for launching this stupid thing anyway. She launched it to try to one-up William when giving a speech about his mother who has passed away, right? So no sympathy over here from the geese because she's awful. And I think it's funny and we all knew that this would happen, but yeah. There you go. Ian pointing out that's what narcissists do. They shift blame. You're exactly right. Recollections may vary. Oh, wow. Good catch, Jen. Thank you so much. No, I truly feel like that. I was like, oh my God. At first I was stuck on she's playing victim, but no, she's trying to say they forced her and then where have we seen this? You know, it's a totally different scenario. Obviously, in my opinion, Catherine was forced reveal her diagnosis and it's so unfair how she was treated, but Meghan's trying to cash in on that. That's just my opinion. Nick Meow says, oh my God, I hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah, it's just, it hit me over the head. That's all I can think about, and that's all I will continue to think about. Oh God, it's just awful. Just awful. So she didn't do her homework. So she's, again, trying to blame them, and nothing is ever her fault. It must be nice to live in that kind of world, right? Where nothing's ever your fault, no responsibility. She's not an awful person, right? Everybody else is. Yeah, great. All right, Tegan says, don't you need a CEO before you start selling? Exactly. You're exactly right. I said the same thing. There were stories coming out that she was interviewing a CEO. Like, wouldn't you do that before launching? No, it points to the fact that she rushed this launch because she was trying to one-up William, Prince of Wales, when he was trying to give a speech. Again, I keep saying it. We all know it, but I have to point out about his mother who's passed away. That makes it even more sick. The one that she tries to cosplay as, that one. She even tried to one-up her doofus husband. Just let's not forget that point too, because I just can't imagine. I bring this up all the time. If Jay had gone to a funeral for somebody, anybody, I'm not going to be like, ha ha ha, too bad for grandma. I'm going to launch my business right now. You just don't do that. You don't. Even if it was pre-planned, which it absolutely was not, in my opinion, based on the hectic way it was done. Clearly it was not pre-planned, but yeah, you would just put it off then. It doesn't need to be launched right then. But there's no better, if you believe in karma, there's no better karma than to see that it has failed so spectacularly, and that we did the video on how people are alleging that bots were involved and they still can't get past like whatever it is, 500,000. And so for somebody that thinks the whole ed world revolves around them, how do you reconcile that? You can't. You cannot. All right, scrolling down to read some more of your comments. I want to read some of the comments under this because I screenshot a couple of my favorite ones. Yeah, Palm. So I saw that too. Right now, I believe that's a rumor. I hadn't seen official word on that. But if you're watching this and you're like, what Palm say? I'm hearing rumblings that Dorito was made CEO. I don't know that that's the case. I don't know yet. We'll see. If she is, then I'll find that funny as well. But we'll see. Like, I doubt it. My first thought is, no way. None of them want to put in any work. They just want to collect paychecks. There's just no way. That would get in the way of her calling Backgrid, right? Lazy effing grifters, indeed. Catherine says, and she opened her grocery store before she had any products. Hilariously stupid. Exactly. Right? And then we got these articles. She'll be selling jams. Okay, I believe, in my opinion, it sounds like she'll be drop shipping things, right? And reselling things and just charging too much. Oh, it's just so funny because it's that whole, toothpaste out of the tube thing. She did not give it any thought, only thought about herself. And now she can't get the toothpaste back in the tube, so she's blaming the royal family. And she's making it about her. And again, I'm sorry, by extension, this is making the cancer diagnosis about herself.
Yeah, it's such a flimsy excuse. I mean, especially if she's trying to lump King Charles in with it too, because, I mean, correct me on the timeline, but I think all that was well out in the news before this. Yeah, Charles was in the news well before this was announced, and to kind of backpedal and point the finger at that's just shitty. I mean, I would like to know what kind of, well, if any relationship they have with the royal family behind the scenes. I'm sure they were not kept in the loop in this. Yeah. And it just makes them look even more desperate and silly, trying to capitalize on, William speaking, and then and trying to backpedal and say they're doing this because of Catherine, because that's BS. We know that. And yet she'll post a photo from like 2 years ago or whatever, supposedly, in a hospital at that critical moment when Catherine made that announcement. I mean, they don't care. It's just trying to, I mean, like you're saying, it's trying to blame somebody for their own shortcomings. It's really just wild to watch this. It's like a choose your own adventure, but like you pick the worst option every time.
Nice. Yeah, it's a choose your own adventure in hell. There's no good option. All right, here, let's read some of the comments under this because I screenshot them. I thought we could talk about this. Let's take a look. Starting with according to Taz. Taz had a comment under this that I wanted to talk about. It says, I'd imagine she has been advised not to after she jumped the gun to get one over on Prince William for the Diana Awards. She needed something big, and we know she's not got anything new now due to losing contracts. Meghan won't give two shits about looking opportunistic, but WME might. Ding, ding, ding. I love Taz. I think she hit the nail on the head. I think she's spot on. She doesn't give two shits about anybody except for herself. And I don't think she cares about looking opportunistic. I mean, she has no self-awareness. Think about the red carpet with the hand having to yank her off the carpet. And yeah, she didn't care. I'm totally with you, Taz. All right, there's that one. I want to show you this one. Salty Duchess, we love Catherine, shared this. It says she realized nobody is interested in the ridiculous empty brand she pushed out. She had to buy fake followers because she failed to manage 550,000 followers 3 days, including the fake bot followers. And then the mind blown gif or whatever. All right. And then this person, let's see.
Hate wearing bras, then you might want to check this out.
I hate regular bras. I'm a 34.
Here we go. I love this one. Meghan Markle parody. They're very funny on Twitter, formerly Twitter, whatever, X. Give them a follow. They pretend to be Meghan tweeting these things out, and it's pretty funny. It's usually like from Meghan's point of view, but like totally making fun of her, basically. So, it says, transition, my attempt at a brand failed miserably, and now I'm trying to save face. With this picture, I don't even know what this is from, but it perfectly sums it up. That's great. And then this one, I just have 2 more I'm showing you, and then I'll go back to your comments. Autumn, again with Demetra Autumn, shared this, said, so she's once again blaming the royals for her own failures. It's the same old story. How embarrassing. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly. Exactly. So, yep, nothing is ever her fault. Either of them, actually. And then we have Donnie. It says, it's failed. Simple. She could care less about Harry's family or for her own, for that matter. Yep, that's it. That's exactly what I've been saying. I mean, what we've all been saying. Exactly. She didn't give a crap about anybody except for herself. She didn't even care about her stupid husband. Not kids, not husband, not anybody. It's so obvious. It's so clear. And it's funny that, it even shows in these endeavors and stuff, the way she handles everything. It's just all about herself. All right. Let's see here. Let's read some of your comments. Mary Taylor says ARO may be a manic episode. Maybe so. Leslie says, I doubt very much if she approached any manufacturer's fruit and nut case. There you go. Oh, thank you, Michelle, for hitting that join button. Welcome to the Drunk Goose Club, Hong Kong friend. You now have that little badge by your name. You have access to the emojis and stuff. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for hitting the join button. If you're new here, that join button, it goes back to the channel. It helps us out and it supports us. And I appreciate that very much. I really do. Thank you. All right. Oh, God. Lindsay says Doria should have swallowed her. All right. You got a big laugh from Jay off that one.
I just imagined her unhinging her jaw and being like,
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Yep, Christine says this one and that one. Ginger Snap said there's one thing you can count on with a narcissist. They keep trying the same old tricks and become predictable. I think we're there. Yeah, I think we're there. I mean, we've gotten pretty good at calling their next moves usually. So yeah, I think you're right. Any bets on a Limonada whatever it is, Limonada podcast? Marilyn, I'm glad you brought that up. I meant to look before we even jumped on this thing. Has a single thing happened with that? I don't know. I don't actually care. I'm just curious. I don't know. Let's just announce a bunch of shit, because nothing says you have your crap together than announcing a bunch of stuff and then not following through it all, right? But yeah, I don't know if anything happened with that. I'm really not sure. McMeow says, I don't know how to say, is it Rahm Emanuel is a U.S. ambassador to Japan, former mayor of Chicago, very connected. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Catherine says, Sugars, welcome. Their misunderstanding of UK law democracy is hilarious. It really is. I mean, Yeah, it really is. Well, same with America too. I mean, speaking of, I hear rumors that these two numbnuts, talking about Harry and Meghan, are trying to get involved in American elections. I've said in an upcoming video, I've already pre-recorded some of those Lady C's, and I said, you know, like, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I really don't. We don't need to talk about that. But our politics are so screwed up. Of course, they're going to try to insert themselves. And can I just say in an overview, I'm covering the Lady C book, so you'll hear me go into detail. My big takeaway as I read this book is how much Harry and Meghan have tried to censor everyone and everything that they don't agree with. It's frightening. It really is. And at first, you know, when I hear stuff like that, or when I first started looking into them and I would hear things like that, it sounds a little tinfoil hat, you know, like, oh yeah, they're trying to quash whatever free speech. But no, they actually are. She goes deep into it, and I'll go into it with you all, but know that it's coming, and a lot of it has to do with silencing critics and silencing people who speculate, was that a moon bump? So it's just interesting how it all ties together. And Lady C even ties it back to that Aspen Institute that Harry's involved in and so many other things. They just don't want people to have free speech. So just think about that. If they're trying to meddle in our politics or meddle in the royal family or meddle in anything for that matter, they don't want free speech.